Good morning, everybody. So, today I wanted to take a few moments to just talk a little bit about finding the quiet. What's been interesting to me is that we are in a phase of life right now where our schedules and our outside activities are certainly far less than probably they have been for years, or even for some people, maybe their whole lives. And the natural kind of thought I would have had was that people can experience moments of quiet or stillness, much more so because we're not out and about and running around. However, what I have come to notice for myself, as well as, from my conversations with people, is that in some ways, finding the quiet has been even more challenging. Um, Perhaps because of several different factors. One being that in general, even though yes, we are still, in terms of, we're not out and about running to 14 different activities and we're in one location, many of us are in that location with other people. So whereas, even in a household, you would have people kind of coming and going at various times. For the most part, many people are finding themselves in the same location with, several people. And that can get noisy over time, especially if there's young children, things like that. If you're a kid yourself and you have siblings, or just, again, even adults who are, just together. Again, when you're all together all the time, can bring with it, a constant feeling of being surrounded by noise. And then the other reason is that what seems to be happening, because of our lack of being able to go out and do the normal kind of um, ways of socializing where you're connecting with people that, we were used to, it's turned a lot more to things like the phone, um, whether that's just talking on the phone, whether it's through, doing things like Skype or FaceTime or Zoom, or, even just social media with, text messages, or the platforms of social media and conversations and chats and group chats. But it can get people say, very loud. Everybody kind of talking and needing to almost, maybe even talk more than they normally would, sharing their feelings, their opinions. Um, and as we've spoken before, maybe some of us aren't in our best mode of being able to just sit and listen, and, because we all have this need maybe to share and have our opinion and our feelings about the situation. So even the communication can get loud, even on text messages. Sometimes you see people are responding before the other person's even finished, in a sense, talking, and they're responding and overlapping each other. So there can be a lot of noise. So for today, what I would like to suggest is we're going to try to just get back to a place of quiet, a place, even if it's briefly for a few moments, shutting out the distractions and letting ourselves just be in this place of quiet, allowing ourselves that break, that rest. It can be so soothing. It can be actually energizing. Um, and at the same time as it's energizing you, it's relaxing you. It's an interesting kind of combination that can happen. But I do think it is important for us all to find those moments of just trying to be able to be in the quiet. So let's get comfortable for today's practice. And I'm going to actually, as we go through the practice and find the quiet, share some thoughts for us to reflect on. And just so you're aware, they're from a wonderful saying that's many of you probably have heard of. It's called the Desiderata. It was found in an old church back in the 1600s. And it's basically, it's very long. We're not going to go through the whole thing, but there are just these lines from it that sometimes I find I use when I'm trying to practice my mindfulness, because I reflect on certain thoughts and lines from the Desiderata as a way of centering myself. So I'm going to use a couple of those that reflect on quiet. So get comfortable, take a nice deep breath, relax. And let yourself settle in. Finding your breath. Taking a moment to just notice the in and the out, the rhythm of your breath. Allowing yourself to feel the support of either the chair or the floor, wherever you are sitting right now. And allowing that to just support your body, allowing your body to go into a state of quiet and rest as well. And as we breathe into the quiet, let us reflect on these thoughts. Go calmly amid the noise and haste, remembering what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible, be on good terms with all people. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others. They too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive people. They are vexations to the spirit. Remembering what peace there may be in silence. Allow yourself to follow your breath, allowing the peace to fill you from the silence. All is well. Everything is working out for my highest good. Out of this situation, only good will come. I am safe. So I hope that you were able to find some peace in a few moments of silence, and to know that you can give yourself that rest throughout the day with just a few moments of turning off the phone or the computer and going to either a corner by yourself, or as the weather is getting nicer and nicer, stepping outside and finding a spot outside where you can be alone and taking a few moments to be with your breath in the quiet and letting yourself simply be. Have a wonderful day. Be well.